How's it going, everyone? Today I just really wanted to reminisce about, old Call of Duty commentary, and what really led me to start this channel in the first place, which was, machinima style sit-down commentary videos where you would just throw it on. Somebody would just talk about, anything, right? They'd maybe talk about their day, or they'd talk about some topic, or maybe they had something planned. Maybe they didn't. Maybe they just rambled to their computer like I am today. But it sort of was something special to me, right? It felt like you had a friend. At any time you could turn on the computer, go to youtube.com and find like a commentary that felt very personal that you could listen to without all of the hardships of actually having a friendship. Or even having to go through the process of making a friend, right? And I think that's something that I sort of don't see anymore a lot on YouTube, whether that be in the FGC or whether that be outside of it. It seems like a lot of content is sort of geared towards, I guess, action, for lack of a better term. It's more chopped up and to the point. It's very much more concise, and you click on it and it's a lot of flashing lights and cuts and fancy editing, which is great in its own right. I like watching that stuff too, but sometimes I just like to sit back and relax and listen to somebody talk about whatever. Sort of like a podcast, but with gameplay of something that you're interested in the background. When I started this channel, I really wanted to do something like that, but I quickly realized that there's a lot of prerequisites you have to meet before you can sort of just start doing that. It felt like, right? It felt like I needed to build my channel up doing something else before I could just go into that, which is probably not even true, right? You can probably just get right into it. But I think the numbers really got to me because my first video was like a cut up, humorous sort of video that showed a lot of my personality. And I thought that was really fun, but that got like 280 views, I think. And then I did one on Guilty Gear, about the same, it was kind of like the same thing, and that one did really well. And then I started experimenting, and that's when the views went from, 900 to 200 to 100 to maybe 400, and I was sort of feeling my way through things, and I landed on doing those guide videos, and those guide videos are still going to come. I still like doing them, and they still do very well for me, but I like to, change it up and diversify, and I think this is what I enjoy doing the most, which is sort of just having a conversation with myself, and then reading in the comments or on Reddit or wherever you see this about what you guys have to say, and sort of responding to it, right? Having that back and forth. There's only so much back and forth you can have with those tech videos, because you get a lot of flack for those. I always put a disclaimer in those videos that I'm a super plat player. There's a lot of stuff I'm not gonna know yet. This is just me documenting my journey, and I'm gonna upload these guides as it comes to me, right? As I learn these things. And then there's tech monsters always that respond like, oh well, this is wrong and you don't know what you're talking about, and it's like, man, I know that this is correct to an extent, but they know that it's correct to an even further extent that I didn't know about, and instead of presenting it in a constructive way, sometimes they just want to get under your skin, which is a learning experience, right? It helps me toughen up, and it helps the content, right? I would say it's like a trial by fire. I remember seeing comments about like minute things, like the songs that I use in the videos and stuff, and my intro, which I really like the intro. It's not gonna go anywhere. But yeah, you have to sort of deal with that as it comes, and take the constructive part out and sort of throw away the rest, right? Throw away the bad stuff or the negative thing, and just keep going forward, right? I think the intro is a really good example of that. Like, I really like it, so even if somebody says they don't like it, I have to, take that to heart, right? This person doesn't like this part of my video, but I do, so I'm gonna leave it in. And learning to not always fold under pressure to what everybody has to say, because I think I do that a lot. If you ever go on the Reddit threads where people are like, I don't know, maybe they're just being weird or something, I'll always fold under pressure, because I want the view, right? I want the view, and I want them to continue watching, and I don't want the downvote on my posts. The numbers really get to you, which I learned very fast is not, you can't fold under pressure if you're proud of what you're making. That's really what it boils down to. And the reason I bring that up is thinking back on everything that you know, all the commentators I used to watch on Machinima and stuff, like CNNers, Hutch, Stark. I used to watch Woody's Gamertag a lot. Everything they talked about was way super personal and like kind of controversial at times. So I can't even imagine the flack they used to get. And if they can proudly put out those commentaries, you know, I shouldn't be folding under pressure like that. I'm not even saying anything controversial usually in those videos, right? They're just guide videos. So I've learned to really believe in myself a lot more since I started, you know. We're only at like 233 subs, right? It's only been a few months, but I feel like I've learned a lot about myself and how I react to attention from people and how I react to negative feedback. Because before, I would usually just give up and, you know, be like, oh, well, this isn't for me. I'll delete the post, delete the channel, and that's it. And that sort of defeatist mindset is what has stopped me in the past. But I think this game really is different. I don't know, something about fighting games has really made me realize a lot of different stuff, which I'd like to talk about in a different video. But yeah, I'll save that topic for another video because I think I could go on for a long time about it. I think every time I've tried to do YouTube, I've tried to do it like 2 or 3 times now. I've always tried to find like a medium to do a commentary style channel over, and COD was just so saturated, you know, there were so many people doing it, and like Machinima existed, so anybody who tried to do it that wasn't a Machinima kind of got shifted to the bottom of the totem pole, and it was really hard to grow, especially as a kid, right? I was only like 15 or 14, so I didn't even have like any way to capture gameplay, so that quickly sort of went out the window. And I really think Street Fighter is good for it, you know? It's entertaining in the background. The gameplay, I mean, the gameplay matters, but to an extent it doesn't, right? Like, at least for me. And at least for me when I was watching COD, the gameplay was sort of just a background thought, like I said. So I think that Street Fighter lends itself very well because you can sort of just mindlessly look at what's going on without having to think too much. And, you know, maybe you see a super, maybe people who don't play fighting games see this, and they see like a super or something, like, oh, that's cool, and then they're back to listening, right? These are mostly videos that people put in the background, right? For me, that's what they were. I would put them in the background and play a game because the gameplay didn't matter as much as the content itself, which was the speaker. And I think that this is really the game that I want to do that over. And Guilty Gear Strive, right? That's going to be the next game that I really switch to, like I've said in the past. But yeah, I think fighting games are sort of in a weird spot right now, content-wise, in YouTube. There's a lot of hype reel videos, you know, like what are they called? Daily Dose of Hype videos. There's a lot of FGC translated videos, a lot of tech videos. There's some casual content in Street Fighter, but most of the casual content. And when I say casual, I don't mean content for casuals, but content that you can view casually, if that makes sense. Content that you can turn your brain off and just sort of watch, like Dota Doya and some like Hook Gang God, right? It's just entertaining to watch. I think that Street Fighter is really lacking in that area. Games like MK11 and DBFZ have huge channels that are just based on live commentary over ranked matches and like funny moments. But the only 2 big channels right now in Street Fighter V that are doing significantly well, in my opinion, are like Punk and Brian F. And that's because they gear themselves very well towards an audience of people who maybe aren't the best at the game, but can still enjoy the game at a high level, watching it at least. And that, I mean, that's right up the alley of what the Call of Duty commentary used to be, right? It was high-level gameplay that, you know, low-level players like myself or players who weren't quite there but still enjoy, because you came for the person, not the content. I think Eris is a really good example of that too. Avoiding the puddle. Anything he plays, I'll watch. You know, I'm not interested in Resident Evil, but I'll watch him play it. I'm not interested in Metal Gear Solid, but I'll watch him play it. I think that that's really like the end goal for any content creator. Is to be such a good personality that you can commentate over any video or any game, or just have your input over any game and people will show up, you know? You'll get 4,000 or 5,000 viewers playing anything you want. Anything you want. while some people get sort of caught in that niche, right? There's people who have to play Street Fighter V to get viewership on Twitch, or they have to play whatever game they got big for, they have to stick with it. Eris is a great example of that, where he didn't stick with Tekken. He doesn't play Tekken anymore, but people still come back every day, including myself, just to check out what he's doing. So yeah, that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys like the style of content, and I hope you guys stick around to see what I have for you in the future. It'll be more commentary, more guide videos, and obviously more Street Fighter, maybe Dragon Ball until Strive comes out, and then hopefully I can double down on that and make all kinds of stuff. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you enjoyed.